Winding three-phase AC motors. Introduction. Three-phase AC motors are manufactured in many different frame sizes and voltage ranges. A low-voltage motor typically has a random, or also referred to as a mush wound winding installed in it, while medium or high-voltage motors are wound using a form-wound coil. Low-voltage motors are typically classified at 600 volts or less, while medium voltages ranges are 1000 volts upwards of 5000 volts or more. The typical ranges for low-voltage windings are as follows: 240 volts, 380 volts, 460 volts, and 575 volts. Medium and high-voltage windings are rated at 2300 volts, 3300 volts, 4000 volts and higher. The random winding is wound using round wire conductors, with few or many parallel conductors, shaped into a coil formation, consisting of a number of predetermined turns in each coil. There are two types of random wound windings in use today, with the first type called concentric winding, which is normally used in NEMA frame sizes 440 and below. The second type is called lap wound winding and is generally used in all sizes of NEMA frames up to and larger than 440 frame. The following show a bare stator with liners and an exploded view of the winding. A random lap layer winding and a concentric layer winding. The insulation system used in these two different types of windings is generally similar. The copper wire used in the windings has an enamel coating or film encapsulating the wire, which is very tough and durable. The coating is applicable to the temperature range of the insulation system and in some cases may require an application of a Dacron glass or other product over the enamel film. The pictures show a mush coil winding and the form coil winding. The mush coil is just round wire wound into a coil, while the form coil has to be manufactured to suit. The coils are wound on wooden or metal forms that are shaped to match the slot pitch of the stator. The coils are then inserted either by hand or machine into the insulated slots of the stator core. The slot insulation is the main ground insulation for the winding. Stators are insulated with many different types of insulation depending on its temperature classification. DMD, Dacron Mylar Dacron, is one of the most common forms of insulation for a Class F at 155°C insulation system, with no MEX rated. At 180°C being used for a Class H insulation system. The insulation enamel on the wire is the primary insulation between the end turns for the coils within the same phase group for low voltage windings. Insulation of random and form coil slots, random slots, form coil slots. Once all of the coils are in place, connected as well as tested, the stator is immersed in a polyester or epoxy resin. In the case of larger motor windings, the stator is placed into a vacuum impregnation tank, where the insulation system is done by drawing a vacuum on the windings and allowing the varnish to enter into the windings. This type of impregnation is only used on special designed motors. The following video shows the coil being installed into an AC stator. Refer to our technical book number 5 for more information. In order to perform this, a better understanding of the rewind process should be understood. It is more than just laying the coils into empty slots. Once all of the coils are installed, it has to connect in a Y or delta type connection. This is obtained from the original connection. The leads have to be soldered. Once connected, the leads have to be insulated and tied down in the proper place. Winding AC stators using form coils requires complete understanding of the coil installation process. Again, this is shown in the AC winding book number 5. The coils have to be placed in sequential order and insulated according to the voltage rating of the windings, 4000 volts, and upwards. This requires the technical data needed from the winding book. This is a typical winding layout, showing all related information. This is why it is so important to have a good understanding of AC form coil windings, as shown in AC Winding Procedures and Techniques, Book 5. A typical form coil winding, with all of the coils installed really to connect, using the procedures outlined in Book number 5. The stator is laid flat and has the series connections welded and insulated, awaiting the main lead. Everything connected and the winding is tied to the bull ring. For a limited time, the 5 training books are now available at a special reduced price. Now is the time to buy, since we have included 4 free DVDs to complement the training. For more information, visit our website twmmediaservices.com or send an email to twmenterprises@rogers.com.